Good afternoon, London. My name is Hina, and I'm coming to you from the Master Shah Dao Center here in London. And actually, I say good afternoon, London, but it could be good morning, California, or good night, Australia, because we have a global audience. So thank you so much for everyone being here watching our short Facebook show, which is short, but it is full of awesome information, wisdom, and beautiful and awesome guests. So for today, we have a very special guest. She is known for her absolutely gorgeous voice. And she actually found Master Shah through her own healing process and has been with him for quite a few number of years. So it is my deepest honor to now bring on Sher O'Rourke. Hi, Cher. Thank you so much for joining us today. How are you?
Hello, Hina. Hello, everybody. I'm very well and honored, delighted to be here with all of you. Thank you for inviting me.
Well, it's absolutely our pleasure to have you on. So, Cher, can you tell us just a little bit about your journey, how you found Master Shah, and how you kind of transformed from your former profession in the entertainment industry to now actually being a spiritual master and healer?
Yes, thank you. For asking. It's been quite a journey, and I did work professionally in the theater and film industries for about 25 years before I met Master Shah. But I will say that I always had an interest in healing. I mean, there was a time when I wanted to be a naturopathic doctor, and I studied many different, healing modalities throughout my life. I I studied and practiced Buddhism for many years as well. So I have lots of sort of experience, in different modalities, bioenergetics, and different Buddhist practices and so on. But my career, in that industry came to an end in about 2001 when I collapsed. And I collapsed as a result of a case of chronic fatigue syndrome. And it was quite severe. I had to leave work. I had to, just stop everything I was doing. Basically, I had no energy at all. Barely able to get up out of bed and just eat some food and do those very basic things that we all take for granted. And I had tried many different healing modalities at that time. I was looking for something because I knew conventional medicine had no answer for chronic fatigue. And so I tried many things and with very little progress. And I knew that there was something or someone else out there, who could help me. I was determined that I was going to get well because I also knew that this was not just a physical ailment, that overcame me, but that it was a kind of a spiritual awakening, actually, for me to stop doing what I was doing and do what I was more intended to do, because I had been many years actually wanting to leave the industry and do what I felt was my true calling. So I one day had, in a very desperate moment, I actually asked, the universe, I said, please show me the person who can help me. I cannot lay in this bed one moment longer. I know my life has a much greater purpose than what is happening now. Please show me the person. And in that moment, actually, Master Shah appeared to me. And I was overjoyed. And, that was 2004. And I was so happy to see him, but I was also, not sure how I was going to find him because he was just an image to me. And as it happened, a friend a few days later brought me a magazine, and I opened it and there was Master Shah's picture, and he was at a hotel just not far from my home.
Wow, that is an amazing story. And who would have thought someone who was 25 years in the entertainment, in the film industry, and who would have thought now you're Toronto's center's one of the Tao Song masters and one of the leading teachers. And it's amazing how we start off in one profession and now through our own journey, like you were saying, like with Buddhism, you opened up to that type of philosophy. And now, leaving that whole entertainment side behind. But while you were, I think you mentioned that you were a writer and you also directed films. Were you ever a singer while you were in this industry?
I didn't direct any films, but I directed theater. And I was never a singer, no. But I took, because when you are in that industry, you like any craft, you need to keep up your craft. So you take workshops on all kinds of things. And I did take workshops on how to use my voice, but for speaking, not for singing. It wasn't until I met Master Shah, actually, that I liked to sing. No one else really liked for me to sing necessarily, but I liked it. I enjoyed it. And it wasn't until I met Master Shah that I really discovered that I had a voice in me, like we all do, actually, and not just me, but everybody does. We have a voice, a soul voice, a heart voice inside of us that longs to be liberated, that longs to be revealed, and that we can learn to express it and sing, speak, sing, just express ourselves through sound.
I know that's amazing that you have such a beautiful voice and you've developed it so much more through Master Shah's practices. But yeah, I find the same. There are things that I never thought that I could do. And through just learning his techniques, like opening your spiritual channels and communicating with pretty much, there's no limit to what you can communicate with, actually. It is truly magical being on this journey with Master Shah. Just one more question before we hear your absolutely beautiful voice. Science has already proven that singing actually helps heighten people's moods. They get happier, they feel lighter, and it is kind of a sort of therapy, like sound therapy, that like the bowls, the vibrations, but just the person singing helps heighten someone's mood. How do you feel Master Shah's techniques and the empowerments that he gives? How do you feel that this makes this type of practices and singing with these types of upliftments and the environment created by the Tao calligraphy field, how do you feel that differs from just the typical just singing and people uplifting their mood?
Well, that's a great question. And, it's true. Physiologically, singing is healing for us, because it expands the lungs, the diaphragm. It brings, those happy hormones, into manifestation. That's very true. It's why every culture, sings and dances and celebrates. It's a really important part of who we are as human beings. What Master Shah does is, Master Shah being a source channel, he has a very special kind of access to source love, light, frequency, and vibration. And through the practices, the sounds that he's teaching us, the mantras that he gives to us, the blessings that he offers us, that he has the ability to offer us, help us to clear our central channel, the spaces, very important spaces within the body. And as that happens, it awakens and opens up many different potentials inside of us, not just singing, but specifically, in relation to singing, he is clearing our chakras. And when these spaces get cleared, when they begin to open up, then we begin to tap into those potentials I'm speaking about. And for me, it was that. Once, I started to heal, some of the negative messaging, that can sit, within these spaces, then this sound started to come out. It started to reveal itself. It started to open up. And then I was able to sing in a way I never had before.
Well, that sounds absolutely beautiful because essentially, if you're not a born singer, like we still have hope by doing these techniques, basically. So if anyone's watching who always wanted to have a beautiful singing voice, you're in the perfect place. So and now we're going to get to the very best part of this show. So Cher, can you please demonstrate to us your beautiful singing voice? We would love to hear that.
Thank you, Hina. So it would be my honor, to offer a Tao song to everyone. And I want to just say, everyone, each of us has our own unique sound. And that sound can, once we reveal it, and bring it out, it can help us in many, many ways in our lives, help us to clear this, channel, clear negative messages, within us. But today I would like to offer what's called a Tao song for each one of you. And so I invite you to please make a request, what you would like to receive a blessing for. And it could be for a physical, health issue or something that you want to bring more light to within your body or within your mind or your emotions. Okay, so please request now. And relax, and this will take just a few minutes. You How? Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Well, that was so, so beautiful. I'm sure I don't have to talk too much or convince anybody about the beauty of your voice. Um, each time you would sing your tone, I mean, so many vibrations would come out. And with my spiritual eye, I just saw so many waves of light just uplifting, like all my cells were vibrating in my body. And it's just such a beautiful practice, Tao Song, and just hearing the beautiful voices. It's just so amazing. Thank you so much, Cher. Thank you for joining us for this short Facebook Live and just giving us a taste of what is to come. So we're super excited to have you for the Tao Song Workshop that is March 26th and 27th. So anyone who's listening, please join us. Cher is a Dao Chang master from the Toronto Center, and she easily has one of the most beautiful voices. You heard it yourself. The Dao Song Workshop, March 26th and 27th, is going to be a weekend full of teachings, of practices, where you get to share a lot more, and you get your own healings and blessings. And tomorrow night is actually an introduction, which is a longer show where if you join us, you can hear Cher again. So Cher, did you have any closing words before we log off?
Well, first of all, thank you so much, Hina, for inviting me. Thank you to the London Center. I'm so excited for the event later in March. It's my heart desire to help everyone, as many people as possible to really connect to bring out the essence and the vibration and the specialness of each one's sound and song. And so anything I can do, to help with that is always a joy. And I look forward to seeing those of you who are watching. If you can join us for that, please do, because we're going to have fun as well. And it's always good to gather in community and have fun and create joy and healing and transformation all at the same time. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Cher. I know I'm super excited about the workshop. Also, the introduction night tomorrow night, I'm sure will be absolutely amazing. So, if any of our viewers, if you've ever wanted to communicate with your own soul, with your own singing voice, as you heard earlier, Cher said that each one of us has a very unique and individual soul voice. We have our each individual soul language, soul song. So if you would like training in bringing this out from your own soul, please join us for this workshop. You can already tell it's going to be absolutely amazing and uplifting. And as science has already shown, it's an absolute mood uplifter. If you are a singer and you want to increase your talents and abilities, then this workshop is for you as well, because Cher will be showing us practices, going deeper into ancient, secret, and sacred practices to increase our singing ability, our channels opening wider, more clear, so the voice that comes out is a lot more smooth and a lot more just influential. You'll feel the power. So please join us. Again, our workshop is March 26th and 27th, and our introduction night is tomorrow night. So please click the links. Please share this Facebook Live if you know anyone who's a singer, an aspiring singer, or anyone who is spiritual and just wants to talk to their own soul more clearly, more effectively. Please join us. Please share, please comment, and just spread the word. The Master Sha Dao Center here in London would love to serve you. Thank you, and I will see you next Wednesday. Goodbye.